countries don't just have flags, anthems, and borders. Some of them have nicknames so weird, so bizarre, they sound completely fake. I went on a deep dive to find the strangest, most unbelievable country nicknames in history. And today, I'm going to present them to you, but with a catch. I'll also be mixing in some nicknames I completely made up. Your job: guess which ones are real, and which ones are my elaborate fakes. Let's see if you can tell the difference. Some nicknames are born from epic history, some come from bitter insults, and a few sound like they were invented by someone at 3 in the morning after way too much coffee. So, get your detective hats on. The first one on our list is the Land of Fire and Ice. This sounds incredibly dramatic, right? Like it was ripped straight from the cover of a high fantasy novel. You can almost picture dragons flying over frozen mountains. So, real or fake? What do you think? This one is absolutely real. It's the nickname for Iceland. And honestly, it's one of the most accurate nicknames out there. Iceland is home to some of the world's most active volcanoes sitting right next to massive glaciers. You have lava fields steaming next to ice caves. Fire and ice, quite literally living side by side. It's a perfect description. Okay, one for the real column. Let's move on. Next up, we have the Sleeping Lion. This one feels a bit off to me. It sounds less like a country and more like a failed high school sports team name. You know, something that looks cool on a t-shirt but doesn't quite have the intimidation factor. The Sleeping Lion? So, did I make this one up? Nope. This is real, and it's the nickname for Belgium. The name became popular in the 19th century, stemming from the idea that Belgium, a small and often neutral country, looks calm and peaceful on the surface, until it suddenly wakes up with a roar during major European conflicts. It's a surprisingly terrifying metaphor when you think about it. It's not just sleeping, it's waiting. That's 2 for 2 on the real side. I need to step up my game. Alright, nickname number 3, the Hermit Kingdom. Now, this one feels almost too obvious, doesn't it? It instantly brings a very specific image to mind, a place completely closed off, isolated, and mysterious. It's so on the nose that it almost feels like it has asterisk to be real, and you'd be right. This is the widely known nickname for North Korea. The term Hermit Kingdom was actually first used to describe Korea in the 19th century due to its isolationist policies, long before the country was divided. But in modern times, it has become exclusively associated with North Korea because of how the regime has sealed the country off from the rest of the world for decades. Almost no tourists, no free flow of information. Just walls, both literal and metaphorical. It's less of a nickname and more of a geopolitical reality. Let's try something a bit more poetic. Nickname number 4, the Land of 1,000 Lakes. This one sounds beautiful, almost like a line from a folk song. It's serene, it's peaceful, and it sounds just a little bit exaggerated. 1,000 lakes, that's a lot. Is it a real nickname? Or is it just a nice phrase I came up with? Well, this one is very real, and it belongs to Finland. But here's the kicker. The nickname is a massive understatement. Finland doesn't have 1,000 lakes. It has over 187,000 of them. That's more lakes in relation to its size than any other country in the world. So, it should really be called the Land of Way. Way more lakes than you can possibly imagine. I guess 1,000 lakes just has a better ring to it. Okay, let's get back to some of the weirder ones. Nickname number 5 is the Cockpit of Europe. Now this sounds completely made up. Cockpit of Europe. What does that even mean? It sounds like an awkward translation or something I invented to try and trick you. There's no way this is a real historical nickname. Right. Wrong again. This is another nickname for Belgium. Yes, Belgium gets 2. Why the Cockpit of Europe? Because of its strategic location, countless major European battles were fought on its soil. From Napoleon's Waterloo to the trench warfare of World War I, History basically turned the country into a battlefield intersection, a cockpit where the fate of Europe was often decided. It's a pretty dark nickname and probably not one you'd see on a tourism brochure. Alright, let's lighten the mood. Nickname number 6, the lucky country. This one is interesting. It sounds simple, maybe even a little sarcastic. You could imagine someone saying it right before a complete disaster unfolds. Welcome to the lucky country, they say, as a piano falls from the sky. So, is it a genuine term of endearment? Or a backhanded compliment? This one is real, and it belongs to Australia. The phrase was coined by an author named Donald Horne in his 1964 book of the same name, and here's the twist, he meant it ironically. He was criticizing what he saw as Australia's lack of innovation, suggesting the country was prosperous only because of sheer luck and natural resources, not because of its own smarts. But Australians, in their typical fashion, heard the name, ignored the criticism, and embraced it wholeheartedly. Now it's a term of national pride. We're getting into some heavy territory now. Nickname number 7, the graveyard of empires. Okay, this one sounds fake on purpose. It's so metal, so over the top, it feels like it was designed for a clickbait headline. You won't believe why they call it the graveyard of empires. There's no way a country is officially, or even unofficially known by something so grim. Is there? You bet there is. This is the very real and very earned nickname for Afghanistan. Why? Because for centuries, one global superpower after another has tried to conquer it, and one after another, they have failed. The British Empire in the 19th century, the Soviet Union in the 20th century, and more recently, the United States. The rugged terrain and the fierce resistance of its people have made it notoriously difficult for outside forces to control. It's a stark and powerful nickname, born from a long and tragic history of conflict. Alright, so far, every single nickname has been real. I've been a terrible trickster. Let's see if I can finally get you with a quick fire round. I'm going to give you 3 nicknames. At least one of them has to be fake. Right. Here they are, the Pearl of Africa, the Sick Man of Europe, and the Roof of the World. Think fast. Which one did I make up? Is it the exotic-sounding Pearl of Africa? The insulting Sick Man of Europe? Or the grandiose Roof of the World? Got your answer. Well, congratulations if you picked any of them, because you're wrong. They are all real. The Pearl of Africa is Uganda, a name given by Winston Churchill for its beauty and natural splendor. The Sick Man of Europe was the term used for the declining Ottoman Empire in the 19th and early 20th centuries. And the Roof of the World is a classic nickname for Tibet because of its incredibly high average elevation. I am just the worst at making up fake nicknames. Countries don't just have names. They have reputations, myths, stories, and even insults that have stuck with them for centuries. These nicknames tell us so much about how the world sees a place, or how a place sees itself. They are windows into history, culture, and geography, all wrapped up in a few simple words. It's a fascinating side of our world that we rarely ever talk about. So, here's the deal. I feel like I let you down today. My fakes were non-existent. If you want a part 2, let me know in the comments. And I promise, next time I will mix in some nicknames that I completely invent. Nicknames so plausible, so perfectly crafted, you won't be able to tell the difference. I'll make them so good, you might not guess a single one right. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the weird corners of our world. See you next time.